A note on Jurnal de Mihail Sebastian, a diary by Mihail Sebastian. In general, I read international prose, the literature which is acclaimed and appreciated by critics as the best ever, the best of the last century. In English, the Pulitzer, Man Booker prizes. And I spend less time, if any, on the Romanian works. Notwithstanding, I had a period, especially in high school, when I had to read this, and I enjoyed it. I'm beginning to relearn the poetry of Eminescu, and I discovered that I already know many of his poems, especially since I used to tell them to various girls as a teenager and then as a young man. And in the years past, 7, 8 years ago, I had a period when I Jimmy Somerville, I love to hate you, in the background. I took to reading diaries, journals. Mihail Sebastian is one, Monica Lovinescu another. And since I love them so much, I got interested in, first of all, some of the plays of Mihail Sebastian, and works mentioned by Monica Lovinescu in her excellent book. Plus, I have a penchant, liking. It was much more than that, an admiration for Pleșu, Liceanu. Now, because of their political inclinations, for some years, I tended to dislike their attitude. So, coming back to Mihail Sebastian, he was a Jewish man in a country with, at that time, the time he lived, 30s, 40s, in a land with pronounced anti-Semitism, which with the war with the Germans and Nazi on the rise, and the Iron Guard, Garda de Fier, in the country getting power and, alas, so much support, he had to suffer a lot. And that's one thing we learn from this diary, and in fact, I would say this is the main message I received. Well, I already knew how wonderful Jewish people can be because I had the chance to work with many of them as a tourist guide for my first years. The majority of the clients I had were from Israel. I'm just saying I learned a little Hebrew. Nipagesh Maharba Boke, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Bruhima Baimda Romania, welcome to Romania, so on and so on. Ani Oevota, I love you, so on and so on. So I was on the point of trying to learn, well, not all, but as much as I could. Then clients changed. I went into working with the American Embassy. Let's not get distracted here. Without practice, you lose completely or most of the words, sentences you learn in a language. But Mihail Sebastian made again the point that we are so, not me, people in general are so stupid and silly to oppress a minority. And I would say especially in this case, because the Jewish people are not our equals, they're better than us. For some reason, their history agitated, their suffering, the fact that they had to survive fighting for that in the most difficult, and then at the middle of last century, in the most terrifying circumstances, made them the creme de la creme. They are the best in literature, Marcel Proust, and so many others, in politics, in science, Albert Einstein, movies, you name it. So I have an admiration for. And Mihail Sebastian adds to this long line of wonderful, excellent people. And as I said, giving so many geniuses out of such a small base. So few worldwide, they have so many wonderful, excellent intellectuals. I'm, as I said, overwhelmed and awed by this. And Mihail Sebastian makes again the case. You have an excellent human being which had to suffer just because the others were so stupid. Not all, there will be some royal family, especially the Queen Mother at the time, others were appreciated by the state of Israel, awarded medals because they tried their best, but then there were so many involved in terrible crimes against this splendid minority.